Well, it's Liverpool coming up, and it's going to be a very tough game. But I've got the news from Oliver Glasner's interview before the game, and we'll let him. Well, we'll see what he has to say. My name is Stephen Dawes. This is Palace to the Core. Don't forget to subscribe for all the latest news, views, and reviews of Crystal Palace and all the things that go on behind the scenes. Okay, so first of all, talking about the injury situation, he said that Giro Riedewald should be back soon, and he thinks that he may well be in the squad because he's trained all week, but it's not certain anyway. But I wonder if Giro will get a nod during the game because he's one of the players that he hasn't played yet, and it'll be interesting to see how he plays and where he plays, where he puts him. In terms of all the other injury situations, he said that Michael Elise again trained all week, and so that's a good situation. He said that he is, he may well start, he may not. It depends, of course, on how the situation revolves around his injury and his recovery from his injury. So that's a positive thing as well. And he did say that Mark Gahey, which I did a video on a little while ago, you can see that for the full update. He said that he may well be able to start before the end of the season, the last couple of games or so. He thinks that is a possibility. So that's all good news to start with. He was asked about, as he is often asked, a lot of managers are asked about how he's going to prepare the team for Liverpool and things like this, and he gave the response which he's given quite a few times now, and that is that he doesn't necessarily worry about what the opposition is doing. He wants to think about what his team are doing. And he says we can't influence what they're doing. We can't influence who they play or what they're feeling or how they are. He was talking about their defeat in Europe. He was like, will they be angry and wanting to get some revenge? He doesn't know, and really it's not up to him. He can't change that. He can't do anything about that. All he can do is prepare his team to try and battle that and to try and get some kind of points there. Now he says he thinks that every team has its strengths and weaknesses, and he feels that even Liverpool have weaknesses that he thinks that if they can, if Palace can do their job and can do it well, then there's a chance that it will get a point or more from the game. So he is fairly upbeat about it. He did say that he kind of looked at Jurgen Klopp when he was at Borussia Dortmund, and he said, look, he had this new style of playing which was very aggressive, very high press, very energetic, very intense, and he said that in some ways that influenced how he plays the game in terms of being a coach, because he said that when Jurgen Klopp first came onto the scene, or was at Borussia Dortmund, he was just ending his playing career at that point. So obviously, we do know that Oliver Glasner likes to have a very similar setup. So he's obviously looked at Jurgen Klopp and thought, this is some way that I can influence my teams. I can be a manager, and I think that it has worked for him. He's managed to get these teams, various teams that he's managed, to play this high intense football. So there's no reason why he can't get Crystal Palace to do the same thing. He said that because one of the questions that the journalist asked him was, the games, the first half against Manchester City, was that the best half of football that he's seen so far under his reign? And he said not necessarily. He said, there's been good and bad in the games that he's been a manager at, and he feels that there are things that they can build on, and he thinks that if they can do that, if they can build and work on the aspects of the game they need to work on, he believes that they can give a game to anybody. And I think that's absolutely right. It's what I've always said. If Palace are playing at their very, very best, they can beat anybody. And I think that obviously we need to have the right players in there, and we need to have our good players back, but there's no reason why we can't beat anybody. Having said that, my thoughts in terms of score prediction is that I think Liverpool will probably be on a bit of a rebound after the European defeat. I think they will probably, they'll know that they're in a dogfight in terms of the Premier League, and I think they're going to want to really try and show the rest of the teams that they're still in this fight. So I think they're going to come out all guns blazing. I think that I think we might well do what we did in the game against Manchester City. I think first half we might be able to contain them. And we might even be able to get a couple of chances. I mean, we got 2 goals against Manchester City, which is no mean feat. So, we may even be able to get a goal. But I don't think that throughout the whole of the game we're going to be able to resist the intensity of Liverpool. And I think that we're probably going to maybe suffer a couple of late goals as we have done earlier this season. Now, obviously, Oliver Glasner is working on that and he's trying to get the team more resilient. But I don't think that he's had enough time at the moment. And I think that while they will play well, I'm not expecting them to play badly. I'm expecting them to put in a good fight. I don't think we're going to have enough to win the game. If we get a draw, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy if we get a point out of this game. I don't think we're necessarily going to. I think we might go down maybe 2 or 3-1 or something like that. I think that's how it's going to happen. But I'm open to be pleasantly surprised. And certainly going by what happened at Manchester City, there's every reason why we can't do something special at Anfield. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. What's your score predictions for the game against Liverpool? It'd be interesting to see what they are. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoy the game if you're going up there. And regardless of what happens, I hope that you have a good weekend. And I will see you after the game.